I'm untrained in that stuff.
You can make a knowledge arcana check. Or a use magic device. I guess you already rolled. Knowledge arcana. Okay, so neither of them look particularly special to you.
Okay. I'll read the note.
Okay. So the note says, it just kind of details out exactly what your first mission's going to be. And it says that the first target's name is Holton Claiborne.
Okay.
And he's the son of Fulbright's head of security, who's called the Iron Boar. He currently has a cushy job as the head of the local branch of the Traders Guild. He's obviously a front man. He's not necessarily notably skilled in combat or well protected. You could imagine him as a kind of like just a rich kid that grew up, you know. At night, there are a few different guards around the tower, but it shouldn't be, or a few different guards around the Traders Guild, but it shouldn't be very difficult to get in.
Okay.
You may find Holton visiting. He frequents the blood sports at the Spire whenever they are occurring.
Okay. And that is tonight, huh?
Yeah. And yes, there is an L. I just forgot to write it.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
You got it.
I'm gonna walk out into the main. So I take note of all that. I'll walk out into the main room of the bordello that we were in, if I can find a way, since I was in that like prison room or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you step out of it, you just are you're in the middle of a hallway that's just upstairs. You aren't lost.
Okay, so I make my way down, and I want to see if I can find somebody that might know what the items do. If there's, yeah.
Okay.
Just
so
like who's around
you,
in the bordello.
There's nobody really around. You see this halfling lady on a wheelchair, and then you see just a girl who's in like a corset and fluffy dress, and they're both downstairs because you can kind of see over a balcony, and they're both downstairs.
Okay. What time was it about?
It's not that late. It's still kind of... Well, it's a little bit... I mean, it's nighttime, but it's not late nighttime. It's probably like midnight. Not midnight. Wow, that's a terrible way of describing what I tried to describe. It's like evening.
Okay, yeah.
I was trying to say like midnight, but then I realized that that's midnight. It's times like these I wonder if I do have autism.
I want to see if I can find Felix.
Okay.
No idea where he would be though. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna start making my way back towards the hangman.
Okay.
Kind of see what I can see while I make my way there. If anything like pops out to me.
Yeah, so as you make it down towards the hanged man, you just see people. I mean, you see a bunch of people, and you see people kind of gravitating towards the Spire of Leisure. But beyond that, you see nothing that you wouldn't normally expect to see any other given day. I mean, there's maybe a little bit more people than there usually would be going towards the Spire.
Okay. Is there like an alleyway I can go in somewhere?
I mean, there's a lot of alleyways you can go in.
I just want to go somewhere I can't be seen.
Yeah, I mean, so in the right next to the spire is not going to be the easiest place to do that because there's a lot of people, and it's kind of right in the middle of this plaza. So you'd have to go a fair bit of a ways off, change, and
wait
then
until I'm up
come
here.
back if you want to do it like that. Yeah.
I'll wait until I'm up here at the Hangman.
Okay. So yeah, you get to the Hangman, and none of your crew is there. You notice nobody other than just the bartender who had been serving you drinks for a couple days. And
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I go in the back room and see if anyone's in there?
Yeah, so as you go into the back room, you see Dagrock, who's like, "Oh, Master Hanate, how goes it? I hope that your quest is going well."
Hello. I received some items, and I was wondering if I could find out what they do.
I could give you a hand, I suppose, with that. Hand him over.
Alright, show him the shoes first.
Alright, so you show him the shoes, and he grabs them, and he kind of looks them over, and he's like, "Well, I believe that these are shoes of Eastern influence. They seem like maybe something that your people would use. I would try them on and see if I couldn't discern a meaning, but as you can see, my feet are substantially larger than yours."
Mm-hmm.
And then so he wait, I have one more attempt. All right, and he puts them on his hands, and he sets his hands on the wall. He's like, "I think I've heard of a shoe that can do things similar to this that might come in handy, so I can give it a shot." And he picks himself up off the wall and like starts walking on the shoes on the wall. It's like, and he jumps off. "That's what they do. Yeah, you can walk on the walls. I might be careful. There might be some sort of time limit, but yeah, you can walk on walls and the like. I'm sure that will help you some way. I don't really know what you're trying to accomplish, but..."
So I get this big grin on my face, and I'm like, cool. And I'll ask him. I'll take the shoes back and ask him about the mask. See if there's anything.
All right, and he says, "Well, I noticed nothing special about this mask. It's a pretty cool mask, I guess. I mean, it looks neat. Beyond that, I have nothing for you."
Okay. I guess I cannot ask for too much in the way of magical items. And then I want to thank Dagrock and go back outside.
Okay. And so as you go back outside, it is the same scene that you saw before.
Okay. I will head outside of the Hangman. Do I know where the Traders Guild is?
Yeah, I mean, you know where it is.
Okay. I'll make my way up there.
All right. So as you get to the front of it, you see a couple of armed guards. And they're kind of like talking with each other. The way I'm picturing it is they're having really interesting and weird conversations, just like the two main characters from Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
And as you walk up, they like stop, like kind of come to rapid attention, put their spears in front of the door and say, "Hold it, sir. What is your business here? You have no business in the Traders Guild after operating hours."
I was sent to take a look around inside.
Yeah, no, we don't know that. You are not allowed to do that. You will either have to get written express permission from Master Holton, or you will have to come with him.
Oh, right. Okay, I will go get that permission. Thank you. I'll turn and walk away around the corner.
And as you walk away, he says, "It might not be the best time. He is up at the blood sports right now, and I guarantee you he's already had a few."
Oh, thank you for your help. And I'm gonna turn around and walk out of their line of sight around the corner. I wanna like think about. I wanna know, what does the Traders Guild look like? Well, like how is it set up on the outside?
It is a square building, and it's right on the water. There's kind of like a little in the back. There's a little bit of a deck almost that looks out into the ocean, but it's pretty small. Other than that, it's kind of like a square 2-story building.
Cool. Windows on the second floor.
There's some windows, yeah.
Is it like glass?
But they're all like closed. They all have like shutters. They're closed.
Okay. So I don't really see a way to get in. So I'll see if I can find the guy at the blood sports. And head to the Spire of Leisure then.
Yeah, so you head over to the Spire of Leisure. And you arrive and you see that everybody's kind of congregating up towards the top. Or not the top, but like up towards the 4th floor area. If you look closely, you actually see a familiar young-looking hobbit, or not hobbit, halfling, walking around. Actually, he's not walking around. He seems to be cleaning up from a... No, shoot, no, never mind. We did that differently. You don't see a hobbit at all.
Okay.
If you look closely, you see nobody that you recognize.
Nice. I want to blend into the crowd and kind of make my way up to the viewing area.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, nobody really has to do anything. What are you trying to make a stealth check for? Are you trying to follow him in? He sees no halfling. You had already left though. I forgot that we did that. Anyways, So yeah, nobody notices you. I mean, there's a whole bunch of people there. Nobody's gonna think twice about some Chinaman with a big sword or something. So, you are easily able to get up to the main arena area.
What do I see? Is it like a Coliseum? Yeah, I'm Japanese, dude.
Yeah. So it's kind of, imagine, we're kind of the 4th floor seems to be considerably larger than the other floors, and then there's very large stands, is almost like a stadium, you know. Very large, like tiered stands, like stairs that you would sit on, and then in the middle there's a rectangle, or not a rectangle, a circle that the fighters are in, and nobody's down there yet. You see kind of a probably something similar, like a jester or a rodeo clown down there, who's just clearly just trying to, you know, have a little beforehand show. He does not look like Cicero, but just doing like a little before show, you know, to keep people happy.
Roger. So I take a seat, and I want to try to spot any like noble areas for like higher ups, and where they would be sitting in the area to watch.
Okay, so if you imagine this place with
I'm imagining like the Coliseum or something. Is that right?
Yeah, except it's inside.
Yeah.
But if you can imagine a clock where 12 is north.
Yeah.
You are currently on about 4. When you can see kind of a more privileged section all along the right side of the clock. So from like 12 to 6 seems to be very... That's like the commons section is what it looks like. You see a lot of just commoners and poor people there. And as you get to the other side, you see around 9 o'clock where the building actually has a large opening right out into the water. You see that side is much more opulent. And you recognize Alexander Fulbright sitting over there with his crew of people just fawning over him, trying to get his approval and the like. But that general slice is more rich people, whereas the rest of that half is just maybe upper middle class, upper middle class, whereas outside your own is all lower class.
Where's that spot on the clock?
9.
Okay. So I'm gonna wait. And who's sitting around me? Just like random people?
Yeah, just random commoners. They're all blitzed and
Nice.
super excited and yelling like, "Yeah, I'm ready to go. I want to see some blood."
Okay, and I'm looking for Holton Claiborne. Good. I'm gonna wait and see if I can glean any information from the actual event. For now, since it doesn't seem like I'll get much out of anyone, that's wasted.
So yeah, you arrived, and as you arrived, it was already pretty packed in there. So you're assuming that the show is about to begin, and you assumed correct. As only moments after you sit down and begin to survey the scene, you see one familiar and 7 unfamiliar faces all step out into the arena. And the one familiar face is that hulking barbarian who doesn't really say much and has you haven't really talked too much yet. But he walks out with his normal armor and axe, and he kind of looks around, and he looks very like confused, like, what's going on? Like,
quickly. What do I know about the Traders Guild? What do they do in the city?
they just
Knowledge
like
local or something?
guilds of like the guilds that yeah, you can do it knowledge local. You know that they're originally like a guild that handled all of the commerce and stuff in the city, but they're pretty corrupt. So they don't just handle all the commerce in the city; they handle all the commerce in like the realm. But you know, this particular branch handles this city, but they're not particularly on the up and up.
Okay. Would they have hands in like Fulbright's economy and all that?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay, I'll keep watching. See what happens.
Okay, so as you just watch, you see all of these men come out, and you see that kind of rodeo clown looking guy who's clearly like the MC. He gets up and he, with a somewhat magically amplified voice, says, "Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to this year's Blood Sports. We have for you my personal favorite night, the First Blood. As we see, in this particular bracket, we have our first 9 fighters, and as you all know, 8 fighters, and as you all know, 8 step into the ring, and 1 will step out. Who might it be? The suspense is killing me, so let's not put it off any longer." And then he just kind of runs out, and then he like jumps up to the top and says, "All right, begin." And then everybody in the middle starts fighting each other.
I'm trying to stay focused, but I'm like kind of getting lured into the fun of the event. So I assume I4's winning eventually, hopefully.
So yeah, if you look out, so you can assume from what he said that there is a lot of different challengers for this, like probably in the hundreds. So you can assume that there's perhaps a lot of people that really aren't very strong.
Oh,
They're
so he's
trying
just
this event
dominating. Because he actually knows how to fight. He's just
I don't
dominating.
know if I'd say he's. I don't know if I'd say he's dominating, but he's definitely one of the stronger ones out there.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for I4 to do something cool, and then try to start a chant for his name. With the people around me. So
he does something cool, and you start a chant. And go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Okay.
Alright, yeah, so you start chanting and everybody's kind of like
I4.
everybody is confused. Nobody knows who I4 is, but they all start cheering it anyways. And then before too long, the entire commoner half is just shouting I4, I4. And I want you to make a perception check.
That's freaking sick, actually.
So you see, you notice I4 kind of look up quizzically towards the stands, and then he gets hit with an attack.
Ooh.
But you notice nothing else.
You wait for Hal's turn. No. So I want him to keep doing it, if I can. Just keep that, kind of rile up the crowd as much as I can. And then...
crowd's fickle.
Yeah. So I'll make my way slowly around the clock on the bottom side and try to get on the wealthier side. And try to work my way into the noble group that was at 9 o'clock.
Okay, well, as you get to kind of the separation between the commoner side and the little bit more wealthy side, you notice that there are guards there who are not too keen on letting anybody in.
Okay. How many people about are in the crowd?
Probably a few thousand.
On my around the edge.
Well, it's standing room only, so it's pretty packed.
Nice. I'm gonna go up to the nearest guy and just shout in his ear. Did you hear what that guy said about your mother?
No, I didn't. Did he say something? And he kind of just drunkenly turns over to some other dude. Not even the guy that you were meaning him to turn to. But he turns to some other dude and says, "Boy,
Yeah.
I heard you been talking about my mother. Is that true?" The other guy's like, "No, I haven't been talking about your mother." And then he just like starts punching him. He just starts punching him.
I want to go to another guy.
Talk about my mother.
I want to go to another guy and shove him into the two that are fighting, and move quickly away from where I shoved from.
Make a stealth check.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, so you're able to do it without anybody really noticing you.
Nice. So I shove another guy into the pile. And my goal here is just like get everybody going. And then
Yeah, pretty soon there's a...
when the guy falls down, I'm gonna point at the guards and see if I can convince him that they did it.
Make a bluff check.
Might be hard.
Oh, well, yeah, they believe you. So they believe that it's the guards that are trying to start shit. And then they so as they believe the guards are trying to start, they all start getting even more mad and riled up against the guards. I'm like, hey, are you trying to spoil our good time just because you think you have some power? Men, let's fight them. And so a swarm of guys just attack the guards.
Nice. So, is there any, like, can I get through the fight without, like, drawing attention?
Yeah, you can do it pretty easily, honestly.
Okay. So I go through. Once I get through, I turn around and I act like I'm backing up from the noble side. Like I'm trying to retreat from helping the guards.
Okay.
And,
honestly, nobody's really looking at you. Everybody's kind of
okay.
looking at the guards, so.
Cool. At this point,
Nobody cares about some Chinaman.
Jap. So let's think. What's happening in the arena at this point? Overall, I'm gonna take in my surrounding.
There's not too many people left down there. There's probably like half of them left. E4 is still down there fighting.
Nice. I'm again gonna wait for him to do something cool and try to get the noble side to cheer for him and join the chant from the other half.
Alright, he does a cool thing and make a diplomacy check.
Dang.
And everybody just immediately stares at you. Like, who does this guy think that we are? Some little commoner? No, we are beyond them.
I just kind of look at one and shrug. It is fun to get in the spirit of the battle.
He just kind of looks at you like, yeah, how about you go back to the commoner side? It seems like you might be more appreciated there.
Okay. So now I actually want to quickly go all the way around to the top side of the clock.
So what? Like, what do you mean the top side of the clock?
Like, I'm gonna go all the way around. So, I want to do the same
go
thing
all the
I
way
did.
around.
I can't.
Well, you just got into this wealthy side, so you're gonna go back through the poor side all the way to the other side?
Yeah, if they were kicking me out, I guess.
No, they weren't kicking you out.
They were just asking me to.
Just somebody being an asshole.
Okay, never mind. I'm gonna kind of walk that way a little bit and then just kind of turn around and get behind them and try to make my way back behind Fulbright's section.
Okay, as you get up to this section, you notice that there's even more guards that are kind of separating the super wealthy section from the other section.
Okay,
but
what can I
make a perception check?
Okay.
Okay, so these guards seem to be a lot less keen on stopping people from entering than the other guards. It seems like there's much less attempts to get in here. These guards are almost more just like bouncers with a list, and if you're not on the list, then you're not allowed in. But they don't seem to be expecting for people to try and sneak in or force their way in.
Okay. Is there like an opening where I can try to squeeze my way through without being seen?
If you get all the way up to the top, you see some, there's kind of like iron bars making a makeshift, well, not really makeshift, but making like a fence. They're like the iron bars that have little spikes up at the top. Not like barbed wire, but little spikes at the top. So they'd be pretty hard to climb. But you see those, and that's kind of just a deterrence. So what they would you'd probably notice somebody's trying to climb them before they actually got to the top, and then the guards would stop them if they ever needed to.
Okay.
And other than that, you just see those the whole way. You see those, except for the little opening that the guards have.
Let's see. This is hard. What do I see inside the area? Like, what is Fulbright doing? And
Everybody's just paying attention. I mean, it's down to the final 3 contenders, so everybody's kind of rapt attention. Even the guards seem to be kind of focused on the fight.
yeah, I4 is still in there. Right.
Maybe.
So I'm gonna go back down to the very edge of the seating area, and
Okay.
I'm away from all the people I failed with, right? To get the chant going.
Yeah.
I want to go down and sit next to somebody, or just stand next to someone, and see if I can make a conversation about the battle.
All right, make a charisma check.
Straight charisma.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so you're able to start a conversation. He's just a person.
Okay.
He seems distracted. I mean, he's watching the people, but
I just want to kind of. What a fight! You know?
oh yes, this is a grand fight, almost as good as last year's.
You see that man there?
Which one? There's
And
3
then,
left.
I pointed I4 if I can see him.
Yes, you're pointing at all 3. I can't tell who you're pointing at. They're all right next to each other fighting.
The one with the muscles. And
Oh
what
yes,
does he
yes.
use for a weapon?
Great axe, I think, or battle axe.
Okay, the one with the battle axe.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
he's
certainly
seems to be doing well.
Word, I heard that he is from a long way away from here, and it has been told that he holds unbelievable power. He just has not shown it yet.
Yeah, I believe that. Okay, so why are you telling me that?
The word on the street, he is the favorite to win the whole tournament.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm not really much of a gambler myself, so I don't pay too much attention to the odds.
Yes. Be sure to look out for him in the future.
Okay, I will. Thanks there, bud.
Yeah, hopefully he does something interesting quick in the next bit.
Okay, yeah, so he does something interesting.
You see that? That's amazing.
Yes,
I'm
quite
gonna start.
impressive.
I'm gonna start. Do you know his name?
I do not believe that I do.
Be on the lookout for Sir I4.
All right, Sir I4. I will be on the lookout for him.
I kind of
He's
just
clearly
turn up,
trying to stop talking to you.
yeah. I turn up the
You're
crowd.
kind of like whenever a homeless man walks up and starts trying to talk to you on the side of the street,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you're just like, you're kind of like talking to him just to not be an asshole, but you don't really want to be talking to him.
Mhm. So after I say that, I turn around. I kind of put my fist in the air, like, I4, I4.
All right, go ahead and make another diplomacy. All right, so a couple people start doing it, but it's not like it doesn't really take hold. Like a couple people kind of start doing it and look around and notice nobody else is doing it. Everybody's dies down.
Okay.
But the
I'm gonna
guards do notice you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now they notice you.
Do I see anyone I know inside the special area? No.
You see Alexander Fulbright. And you see Tava, who's kind of looking at you and smiling.
Jesus. Okay. I'm gonna go talk to a guard.
All right. Hoach, what is your name?
I am Hanate.
Hanate. All right. Let me look. Not seeing any Hanates.
Really?
Yes, really.
Strange.
No Hanates either.
I just look really confused. Like, I was told that I would be allowed to come to this section.
Well, apparently whoever told you was lying.
How do you? Well, what can we do? You know. And I kind of nudge him. I'm like, quite a fight, huh? Do you get to watch as a guard?
Oh, I sneak some glances every now and then, you know.
Yes, absolutely. It must be difficult guarding for these people who don't really appreciate you.
Oh, well, they appreciate me well enough. They don't want little rabble-rousers like you up in there.
Like me? Oh, I don't know about that. But you see that guy? And I kind of point at the guy I was talking to before.
Yeah, what about him?
He was actually talking about starting a riot or something. I'm not sure.
All right, go ahead and make a bluff check. Really, that seems strange. I've seen him at many games. He always seems very calm, but
It's always
I
the
don't
calm
know.
ones.
I did hear a few chants coming from over there a few minutes ago, even if it was only briefly. Well, hey, maybe I'll go check that out. Hey, listen, how about you sit here and you watch the door for me while I go and check him out? Can I trust you to do that?
I would be happy to do that.
Oh, thank you. I owe you one. And he kind of runs off to this guy and starts talking to him.
Can I see anyone close inside?
I mean, there's people, but they're not really looking at you.
Okay. Psst, psst, the closest one.
Okay.
I just want to get his attention.
And so the person looks and then it's like, yes, what do you want?
I really have to go to the bathroom. Can you hold my spot quickly?
Wait, like the guy up there?
Like a person inside.
Are you inside?
Yeah, I was holding a spot at the door, right? And I wanted to get someone's
I
attention.
don't understand what you're trying to do.
I was holding his guard position at the door, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
door
So
to
why
the-
are you asking about? Why are you talking to somebody? I don't understand. I just don't understand what you're trying to do with this.
What I was trying to do is get someone to hold the spot for me. Because I had to go to the bathroom.
Oh,
But whatever, I'll just
Is it
walk
kind of-
inside.
no. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking you would do.
Well, I didn't want to get searched for afterwards. That's the idea.
You might.
Yeah. Okay, I go inside.
All right, yeah. So I mean, you just see this place it's less like bleachers like everything else was, and it's more like tables, but they're on different tiers. There's little stairs between the tiers, and you see little tables with little entourages in them. And some of them are really packed, like the one with Alexander Fulbright and the one with Tava, but the other ones are relatively, just look like rich, noble people who are all hanging out with their friends, drinking some wine, watching some peasants kill each other. Speaking of which, there's only 2 left.
Nice. I'm gonna sit in the back and listen to notable conversations, if I can.
Okay, make a perception check.
Oh no!
You notice nothing. There's you hear this one girl. There's this one that's right next to you that's just a girl and a guy, and this girl keeps talking. So yeah, like I went shopping the other day, and I swear they had no good dresses left. Like, okay, so I went in there and I went and I asked for a pink dress, but then they didn't have any pink dresses. They only had like chamomile dresses and red dresses and crimson dresses and green dresses and blue dresses and periwinkle dresses and white dresses and black dresses and gray dresses and brown
So after
dresses and
thinking about
yellow.
seppuku, so after considering seppuku, I'm gonna move away from those two and just wait for the end of the battle. Still listening, but probably not hearing anything.
No, still hearing but not listening.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, the fight ends and one is crowned victor, but you're too far away to see who it is.
When it ends, I want to rush forward to see who won, just because I'm curious.
Okay, you notice that it's somebody, but
Nice.
for some reason, your mind is blocked as though by a cloud.
Wow.
Strange, right?
Yeah, strange. What a fight. I just kind of mumble to whoever's listening.
Nobody's listening.
Cool. What do I see? Where's Tava?
Oh, well, if you're
what's
up at
she
the
doing?
front, you're like right next to Alexander Fulbright's table, so you see him. And then Tava's table is also pretty close to you, and she's just kind of looking at you and smiling. Like a mischievous smile.
I want to nod at her. And kind of trying to see
Okay,
if I can sit down.
Nod at her, and you go over there and you try and sit down, and she looks at you and says, excuse me, who are you?
Hello, I don't know.
Yes,
know what to
exactly.
say.
Listen, I don't know who you are either, alright? How would you scurry along, little street rat?
Okay, I will. Let's think. So, what happens next? Surely they crown the winner, right? Or whatever.
Yeah, crown the winner.
And when are people gonna start leaving?
I don't know. I mean, the people in the stands you were in don't seem to be wanting to leave yet because they're just kind of in their own little section.
Yeah. Can I look across and see what my little riot has turned into?
What'd you say?
I want to look across and see what my little riot has turned into at this point.
Yeah, I mean, they're still cheering for E4. They don't know if E4 is the one that won, but they're still cheering for him. They don't really know why.
What about the people fighting the guards?
They're done. There's no longer fighting the guards.
Ah, dang. Yeah, I guess I just wait. I don't really know. I don't really have any initiative, and I can't ask anyone. Ooh. Wait. Is there a Traders Guild table that I can notice?
Yeah, it's what Tava's sitting at.
Oh.
Tava is the head of the Traders Guild, you know.
I thought Holton Claiborne was.
He's the head of the local branch.
Let's see. So now that I remember that, suddenly, with my 8 intelligence, I want to look at the Traders Guild table again and see if I see any important looking guys sitting near Tava.
And you see Dagrock. That's it.
Oh my god.
Everybody else just seems to be kind of fawning. And you're right, you have no initiative, man.
Yeah, I don't know what to do here.
Just sitting here looking. Alright. So, make a perception check.
Okay. Oh god.
So people start leaving, and you have yet to notice any single person that would even remotely remind you of Holton Claiborne.
This is hard. I want to step into the crowd and start leaving as well.
Alright.
I give up. Kind of. I have a plan.
Alright, so you start leaving as well. And you see Dagrock come up to you, and you hear him whisper in your ear. He's got that weird hooded jacket with the brown hair. He's a little bit behind us. You'll notice him. He's got a girl who's basically carrying him, and he'll be yelling. God, you're bad at this.
I'm kind of like pissed off right now, so because nothing's working out like I wanted to. Okay, I just don't say anything. And where is he in the room or whatever?
Make a perception check. Okay, so you notice a guy with a hooded shirt, and he is draping his arm over a woman who seems like she is just listening to him, and he's talking very loudly, and they're both kind of walking towards the exit.
Okay. Going to follow. Far enough away. Like that world quest where you had to stay a certain distance but stay close enough. In Suramar.
Okay, and then make a perception check. Alright, you walk too far outside the circle and he disappears. And then you have to restart the mission. So then you get behind him again, and you start... You stepped outside the circle. Okay, so you're following him again.
Cool.
God, that's the worst mission in the entire Blizzard
universe.
Exactly. Alright, so yeah, you're following him out. You don't really need to make a stealth check 'cause there's so many people, and nobody's really paying attention to you.
Staying in the crowd as much as I can.
Okay.
Trying to stay away from that guard who I saw, who let me in, too. And following until we get outside.
Okay.
And then
what?
and to continue following. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So you continue following, and you see that they're both kind of stumbling over towards the Traders Guild area.
What are the where are they now?
They're like by the Traders Guild, and you see them go, and they get to the guards and kind of talk talk for a second, and they let him in, and
So I go to the side of the building, out of line of sight. If it's in line of sight, I don't want to do that.
no, I mean the guards can't see you from there. They're only guarding the front.
Okay. Staying out of sight of windows and stuff. I'm going to test my slippers and just take a cautionary step against the wall.
Yeah, and they hold.
Okay, I'll climb up, walking up the side of the wall, and around to the back.
It's like a little deck in the back.
Okay, I put my hood on and pull the mask up over my face.
Okay.
It's pretty dark now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty dark. It's like past midnight.
Okay, I want to stand on and I step down onto the deck, and
Okay.
pretty dank.
That's not the
So
library.
I'm guessing it's like a door.
Yeah, there's like a door. It's locked though.
Is it like a wooden door, like completely, or is there glass?
Yeah, it's a wooden door. It's a completely wooden door. There's a couple of windows next to it, but they both have wood window panes and like closed on them. You can try and make a disable device check.
I'm gonna check for traps on the
Okay.
back door. What would that be?
Perception. You don't see any traps.
Okay. I'm gonna bang on the. No. Do I see anything through the windows?
No, because they're wooden shades.
Okay. I'm gonna put my ear to the door and listen. Let's see if I can hear anything on the inside.
Yeah, make a perception check.
God,
you don't.
dude.
You kind of hear a couple of voices, like a woman and a male's, but nothing beyond that.
Okay, I want to knock on the door. And then as soon as I do, step on the wall and go above it. Above the door.
Okay, you see this drunk guy come out and you hear, "I told you, it's just the wind sometimes, the sea wind, it just comes in." And she opens the door. "See, it was nothing." The girl's like, "Well, thank you for being so brave and checking that out for me."
So he walks past the door, or past the door where I'm at?
And he just opens it, and then he says, "All right, now let's go back up."
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna let him go back inside.
Okay.
And once they close the door, I'm gonna bang on it a little bit louder. And then step up again.
They don't. Okay. So, they just don't even come this time. They just don't care anymore.
That's weird. Okay. I want to try the door and see if it's unlocked.
It is.
Slowly moving into the room. Not even moving in, I just want to take a peek inside.
Okay, well, you can see inside, right?
I don't see any characters.
Yeah, no, I forgot to put you on it. So yeah, this is what you see. It's kind of like a little, some desks. You see kind of a secretary-looking desk. Yes, a Ron Swanson desk. The door is directly in front of you, like the front door, and there's like a little room that looks like it's got kind of like the bank teller style to it. So you can tell that there's probably during the day that might be like the vault that they keep money in or something.
Good thing. Instead of going to the stairs, I'm gonna walk up the side of the wall next to them.
And I'll just tell you, there's like a big kind of a opening right in the middle, like right around this area. So it like opens up into the second floor, so the second floor can like look down.
Okay. These are stairs, right?
Yeah.
And they go up to a third floor?
to the second floor. You're on the first floor.
Oh, okay. I thought it was on a deck. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't a
Sure.
second floor deck.
I see. I thought I was never mind. I'll explain later. So yeah, I wanna. Wait, so is the second floor roof above me? That makes sense.
Yes, but there's just a little opening right.
So I'll have to go. Okay. I want to. How high is it? How high would the?
Time's almost up! Somebody kill someone!
God dang it. How high is it?
Approximately 1 floor.
So like 10 feet? 9 feet?
I don't know, man. Is that about 1 floor?
Okay. I walk up the side of the wall over here. And I walk all the way around. Upside down. Until I can go up through the opening.
Okay, so you do that, and you are now on the second floor.
And I'm gonna look around inside the second.
And as you notice the second floor, you're like right here. Let me put your sprite on, and then there's a wall, and then there's a door, and you can't see beyond that.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe Holton's a man of strange tastes.
So I go to the door. And it's knock, and I wanna kindly say, Mr. Holton, our package is here. And then cling to this wall sideways, like Spider-Man.
Say, deliver it in like 3 or 2 minutes. Then you kind of hear slapping.
Mr. Holton, it needs to be. It needs your immediate attention.
Oh my god. You're not getting through.
I'm gonna kick
You're
the
not
door
getting
down.
through to him. Alright, make a strength check. Alright, so the door doesn't kick down, but it does kick open.
Okay.
And then you walk in and you see a very strange room. You see an odd looking poster of a man. You see some mannequins set up in the corner. And then you see a large bed that looks like a hamburger. And on that bed you see Holton and his mistress. And they both look at you like, what the fuck? And Holton, just completely naked, walks over to you and is like,
Nice.
I need you to leave right now.
I'm gonna point at him. Straight at his face. Say, Holton, you are dead. And that's my challenge. I'd probably say something better than that, but I can't think of anything. You have failed this city. And that's
And
my.
he just looks at you like thinking that you're joking. Like, all right, don't need to call the gods.
And
he starts heading over to this window. Okay, so you do that, and how do you want to kill him? Like, where do you hit him?
I'm gonna slice from his, like, just above his hip up to above his shoulder.
Okay, you just
in
get
half.
completely covered in blood, and this lady over here starts screaming.
Okay. and I rush to the lady, punch her straight in the face. Well, I say, "It is a dream," and punch her in the face as hard as I can and knock her out.
Make a strength check.
If I fail, this is gonna be the meanest thing ever.
See, I mean, she doesn't knock out, but you just break her nose. She's like, "What the fuck?" And at that point, you start to hear yelling, and you hear people running upstairs.
Oh, really? Where's the nearest window?
Just like on the south side of this picture.
Okay. Alright, look out the window. Run to the window. Quickly.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna dive out.
All right, make an acrobatics check. All right.
Oh my
You dive
god.
out, and you go for a swan dive, and you land just completely, like, on your face, but like on your body too. So you just like land completely down, and you take 1d6 in damage, but you're able to scurry yourself up quick enough, and the guards see you as you jump out the window and completely fall flat on your face. The guards see you do that, and they're like, "I don't want to jump out that window too," and then they start running to get out the normal way.
Okay.
But you're able to get up and run.
How much damage do I take?
1d6.
Wow.
1 damage. But yeah, that doesn't really hinder you, so you're...
There are no other buildings around, like... All I see is the Traders Guild.
There's the Traders Guild, there's a lot of other buildings, but there's none of them that are on the map now, are there? Because there's
Yeah.
just buildings, there's just like homes and apartment buildings
Yeah.
and stuff, but there's nothing special.
So now that I'm used to my boots, I'm gonna run as fast as I can to the closest building and run straight up the side and hunker down on the top of the roof.
Okay. And yeah,
Fair enough.
nobody... I mean, the guards look around, they don't see you, so it seems as though you've probably gotten away.
Gonna stay on the roofs and make my way across the bridge. Well, I'm gonna make my way
Oh, I mean,
across
you
the
can't...
roofs
but-
to the bridge
Okay.
and kind of quickly cross. And back up roofs, and I'm just gonna cover rooftops until I get back to the bordello.
Alright, cool, so you make it back to the bordello.
And I'm covered in blood, huh?
Absolutely.
So I'm standing on the bordello. How deep is this water?
I mean, you can't just tell how deep water is by looking at it.
Okay,
You can tell it's pretty nasty.
great. Oh,
Imagine
God.
like Venice water.
Yeah, I changed my mind. I'm going to the docks,
Okay.
and I want to. I'm guessing this is like ocean water up here.
Like bay water.
Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna wash off.
It's also very nasty water, but you wash off.
Gross.
And there's still like red stains on your shirt, but other than that, you're just wet.
Dang. So, cool. At this point, I want to walk into the bordello. And before I do that, take off my mask and put the hood back
Okay.
and walk in.
All right, yeah, and we'll call it there.
Cool. We
All
did
right,
it.
cool. God, you're really bad at this.
I don't know what I was supposed to do.